Hey y'all, we are going to go ahead and make some pierogi pizza. Now you can use store-bought pizza dough if you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and make my homemade pizza dough. And in here, in my bread machine, I have 4 cups of flour, all-purpose. We're going to put 1 packet of yeast. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and then we're going to need 2 cups of warm water. So let me get my water. Alright, so let's go ahead and this is room temperature water. There's 1. And there's 2. And then we're just going to let my bread machine mix this up. You can do this in your KitchenAid. You can do this by hand. All you have to do is put everything in a bowl and just knead it and then let it rise. So once my machine kneads the dough, I'm going to turn my machine off and put my pizza dough in an oiled bowl and let it rise for about an hour. So I will be back here in an hour so we can let this rise. Alright y'all, so here's our pizza dough. I just pulled it out and I put a little bit, like about a tablespoon of olive oil in here. You're just going to cover this up and you're going to let this rise for about an hour in a warm place. I also want to let everybody know I got family cookbooks available for purchase. Great for Christmas presents. I'll put the link above and below in the comments and tell you ways you can order one of those. So we'll see you back here in about an hour when this rises. Alright y'all, so I have 4 russet potatoes in here that I'm going to boil until they are softened. We're going to make some, for the pierogies, we're going to make like a mashed potato. So we want to get 4 large russet potatoes, cut up in cubes, peel them, and we're going to boil them until they are tender. Alright y'all, we're going to make some caramelized onions for our pierogi pizza. You need 4 tablespoons of butter. We are going to soften, get our butter all softened and melt it down. And I have 1 large onion that I have chopped up. And we are going to caramelize these onions. So let's get our butter softened and melted up. And then we are going to add in our onions. And we are going to caramelize these boogers. Alright y'all, so butter's all melted. We're going to throw in our onions. And we're going to get all them cooked up. You don't have to use as much onions, but caramelized onions, once you get them cooked down, there's not too much left of them. So, let's get it all cooked up. It's going to take a little bit now. Alright y'all, so they're starting to turn a little bit of color, but we want them nice and brown. So again, this takes a little bit of patience. Alright y'all, so our onions are all caramelized. Now I'm just going to let them sit here. And I got a pan. You can use whatever you want, but I'm just going to use a kind of like a thick sheet pan. And here is my dough. Okay, so we're going to put this on top of our sheet pan with, I have olive oil, about a tablespoon, on top of my sheet pan. And we're going to put our dough on top. Alright, so we're just going to dump it out on there. And then we are going to press it out across our pan. Okay, so it helps if you have a little bit of olive oil on your fingers. And we're just going to press it out. And again, you can make it into a round one if you want. But we're just going to press it out. So we're just going to take a fork and we're just going to poke the dough. And we're going to put this in a 400-degree oven for 5 minutes. And then we're going to take it out before we assemble it. And this is just so it doesn't poof up as much and you don't get all those air holes. So 400 for 5 minutes. All right, y'all. So I got my potatoes. They're all softened. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of butter in there. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. And we are going to make these nice and smooth. Okay. So let's mix this all up. So once you got it all mixed up, we're going to add a half a cup of cheddar cheese. And we're going to mix it up one more time. Also, we got that. It's been in there for 5 minutes. Now we got our potatoes. And we are going to lather this all across the top of our dough. And you're just going to spread it out as you would pizza sauce. Now you want to take some mozzarella cheese, not mozzarella, I'm sorry, cheddar, and then I'm going to use Italian style with it. So you can just use all cheddar. You can mix it, make it your own. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to take some of the Italian style cheese and put it on top of there. Again, you can use just all cheddar or mozzarella, but we like the flavor of the Italian style. So just put as much or as little as you want on top. And then we're going to put the caramelized onions on top of here. We're going to put the caramelized onions on the top. And we're going to pop this back in the oven for about 15 more minutes. Alright, y'all, so back in the oven it goes for 15 more minutes. Alright, y'all, so it's all done. This is what it looks like. It was in there for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. So give this a try. The link for the cookbook will be above this post and below. If anybody has any comments, questions, or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. And please remember to like and share.